Welcome back to Sort of Sophisticated, the podcast rooted in becoming better versions of ourselves. But really, it's just an excuse to day drink. I'm your host, Pete, and sitting across from me, already 2 drinks deep, is my wonderful co-host, Amanda.
Let's all be real. If I was 2 drinks deep, I would be asleep by now.
You are too.
So, I'm not. Cheers to my first. It may seem like it,
Cheers.
But here we are.
What are we drinking anyway? What is this?
Topo Chico Ranch Water Hard Seltzers, available now at Ralph's.
Topo Chico. I like that. What does it mean?
I think it's just like bubbly water with tequila.
Chico means dude, like guy, right?
So it's a drink for dudes? What's Topo?
I don't know what Topo is.
I don't know either.
All right, we should look that up.
We should Google
Get
it.
sort of sophisticated.
Well, speaking of sort of sophisticated, what are we talking about today?
So, what are we talking about today? Let's see.
Really, what are we talking about and how'd you come up with it? Because there's always something.
There really is. I didn't love the topic I had planned for this week. So this one's kind of random. I'm not going to lie. So I'm in my car and I was kind of pissed off driving home from the office. And
we need you not to be so pissed off after driving.
No, I wasn't mad at anything at the office. I was just like pissed sitting in traffic.
Okay.
No.
It's like we like our job, Peter.
Do you know The Clash?
It allows us to do this.
Yes. No, it does. It does. Have you heard of The Clash? The band, The Clash. The punk rock band, The Clash. Super famous, England. Okay, back in the 70s.
Should look it up.
Anyway.
70s. See,
yeah.
Pre-me.
You were a pre-me?
No.
What?
Pre-me.
Oh, pre-you.
Pre my birth.
Okay, I get it. Okay, I got it. Anyway, London Calling comes on. London Calling in the early morning. It's a great song. It's excellent. So naturally, I have to start like blaring it as loud as I can. And voila, Margaret Thatcher pops in my brain because she's famous, because it's England and stuff. And that was the time. So I got home. I did some research. I know. Stop it. Stop looking at me like that. Stop. I know my brain is weird. Okay. But here's the funny part, right? God was totally on my side, because when I started doing the research, I found out that it is her 100th anniversary.
You gotta throw the G in there. God was on your side.
Totally. He
man.
was. Yeah. 100th anniversary of her birth. Yes.
Okay.
October 13th, 1925.
Wow.
And I was like, wait a second. Did that just really happen? Did that just land in my lap?
Huh.
That's exactly what happened.
This little nugget.
So I was like, I got to. Well, okay. Like, first of all, she's dead. She's not still alive. She's unalive.
So this isn't going to be like a Jimmy Carter
no,
round 2 when we did the episode and then he died a week later.
You mean like that we killed him? Because it literally was a week later.
I'm not going to say that we killed him.
Yeah.
Maybe jinxed him.
Well, we
but
did.
But everyone was celebrating him. It wasn't just us. So
I don't know. We were out in front of that.
I mean,
we jinxed the hell out of that. Anyway, she already dead, so we got nothing to worry about. She died in like 2013 or something. So
dead people only?
Like, yeah, I think that should be our new mantra. We only do dead people? Well, no, because okay.
No, there's lots of cool people out there.
Right. I mean, right. Yeah. We could do both, but we just got to be careful. Let's not do it like close to a death anniversary like Jimmy Carter when we know they're getting up there.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Okay, moving on.
Okay. Where are we?
Well, I already feel more sophisticated. Thank you very much. But do we have an official title so everyone kind of knows, besides just Margaret Thatcher that we're talking about because she's 100?
How about London Calling? Can't we just use London Calling?
No.
Okay, fine. Of course I have a title. The Iron Lady at 100, Margaret Thatcher's Life and Legacy. And today, Amanda, we're going to talk about how a little grocery store owner's daughter from this small little ass town north of London ended up becoming Britain's first female prime minister, and total badass, by the way. And also what the UK is doing to commemorate her 100th birthday. Well, you know what I mean. Can you still say it's her 100th birthday? We're going to say 100th birthday.
Okay.
Even if she's not alive.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is happening. We're talking about Thatch today. That's what's happening.
Here we go. I'm excited.
Okay.
Am I allowed to say that I don't know anything about her?
Sure. I didn't know much about her.
Oh, okay, great.
What do I know? I'm like, I told you I had to look all this shit up.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Just checking.
I knew a little bit more. Just
I didn't know if I was supposed to be sort of sophisticated already.
No, she was like a lot. Like, obviously I'm older than you. So like, I do remember a few things about her growing up because I was in my teen years when she was happening.
Okay.
And her and Ronald Reagan were like besties. And so that was my first sort of president in the United States that I remember and first prime minister of Britain that I remember. Because when you're younger than that, you're not really paying attention. This is the first time I paid attention. So I do know a few things.
Okay. So this is like some significance to you.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
First, like core memory of politics.
Yes.
There you go.
I like that.
Okay. So besides it being a core memory.
What was your first core memory?
Of politics?
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Probably, actually.
Oh, that's such a shame. I feel so bad for you.
Probably. Yeah. Wow. That was in the 90s, yeah?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I would have been just old enough. Heard it a million times.
It's a bad way to learn about
Our
politics.
presidents sleep around.
Right.
And get little quickies under the table.
Wow. Oh, my God. Well, anyway, what are you going to do?
Well, on that note, so besides just being a core memory in it, how else are we going to become a little bit cultured from learning about this first female prime minister, which in and of itself is already a big deal.
It is a big deal.
But
did you ever watch The Crown?
A little bit.
She's in The Crown. She was amazing in The Crown. Oh, yeah, like season 4 or 5 of The Crown.
No, like her character was in The Crown, not her herself.
No, yeah, her character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, she was dead and gone.
Oh.
Right.
So she died. What did she die?
What, 2013.
I know, but how, sorry.
87?
Oh, 87. Oh, no.
13 years? Yeah, 87. Yeah.
Okay.
That was close. God, I do math fast.
You do so good.
I got lucky. All right, what are we asking? Culture. Let's go to culture. Quick. Okay, I'm going to start with a fun fact.
Alrighty.
Are we ready?
Here we go.
Okay, right out the gate. Since we just did an episode on the Beijing Declaration not too long ago, feminism, the whole thing, I wanted to see if she was part of that movement or was involved at all.
Oh,
because it was only like 5 years after.
Nice tie-in.
Right. Yeah. Because she she
yeah.
left office in 1990 and the Beijing Declaration was 95. But when I kept digging, I found she didn't want to have anything to do with this.
Really?
No, she was like kind of I don't want to say anti-feminism, but as close to anti as you can get, because her whole stance was that she believed women could succeed individually within the already existing systems rather than through a feminist push. I quoted that, obviously. So not a supporter, at all.
I will give her a little bit of cred for that thought process because it doesn't take on the victim mentality, right?
She was never a victim. She was wonderful. Always sort of just the trooper that pushed forward. So proud of her. I never really answered the culture thing.
Okay.
Right. Let me finish with the culture thing.
Okay.
So whether you know it or not, a lot of her systems and work still exist in Britain. They still use her political platform-ish, on taxes and reform and the economy and stuff like that. I mean, I know there's different parties that
I figure
go
you're going to
through.
tell us more about this later on.
I am. But
okay.
my point is she was a badass and they still use it today.
Got it.
Okay. You got it?
Okay. So what's our word of the day? Is it going to be something English?
It is.
Bangers.
It's bangers and mash. It should be drunkard is what it should be with you and your Topo Chicos. Okay.
I'm actually not, but
okay, whatever.
Nice try.
Today's
Good
word is wow, way to slip that in there. Today's word is jejune.
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 Is this like when you jejune something?
When you what? I don't think we're allowed to say that. No, you are off the rails.
Juice.
No, it was close. Oh. It is not. It comes. We're going to keep going.
We're going to have to take.
We're going to keep going. It actually comes from the Latin word jejunus, okay, meaning fasting or barren. So jejune actually means dull or uninteresting. Basically boring, Amanda.
Ooh, your history sections.
Wow. I don't like you.
It's a great word. It's a great word.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say reading an owner's manual of something is jejune, and
just
you're saying my
history
sections.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, I think we're done here then.
Then prove me wrong.
No more podcasts. This might be the last one.
You threaten this every week.
Okay.
Do
you really?
Should try to prove me wrong.
I am going to.
And make this history a little interesting.
I will. And then
don't
the
be
end,
so jejune.
Why don't you? Okay, I'm having a hard time.
It's a great word. I won that one, by the way.
Okay, yeah, 5 times. You already did.
Let's go. Winner.
Give me a great
chicken dinner.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Can I start with my wonderfully boring history?
You're supposed to make it fun, but go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna go back in time.
Little baby Margaret.
We are 100 years ago.
Well, duh.
Sorry.
When she was born.
Margaret Hilda Roberts came flying out of her mama on October 13th.
Flying.
1925. I don't know what happens.
I guess at least she didn't pop out of her dad's leg. It's
no,
fine.
Good point. In a little town in England called Grantham.
Like Lord Grantham from Downton Abbey.
Wow. Really? I don't know. I've never watched it.
Pretty sure.
Grantham, England. Yeah. It was 120 miles north of London. Okay. I mean, not like a teeny town, but a small town. Okay. So her mom, Ethel, was a homemaker and helped run their little grocery store. They had this little grocery store. It was kind of cute. And her dad, Alfred, you got to love Alfred Roberts, right? Was the front man of the grocery store because everybody needs a front man at the grocery store. I mean, who are we kidding? I mean, you got to hang out with the local townsfolk, selling them meat and salami and cheese and stuff.
I feel like you're talking about Beauty and the Beast and Belle. But anyways,
continue. But he was also a Sunday preacher. So he was the grocery store guy. He was a Sunday preacher and one of the town's...
Bringing nourishment in all the ways.
Dude,
sorry.
Yes.
Continue.
And a town counselor.
Oh.
One of the guys sitting on the seat of the town.
Did he have creds for any of this?
He totally did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a lot of creds. You can dig all that shit up. Yeah, you can find it.
Okay.
Come on.
I'll check it.
I went down the rabbit hole, right?
Okay.
So he was a connected dude in Grantham. I mean,
How big was the town?
20,000, dude. It was like a decent,
that's
it wasn't super small.
I mean, that's a bigger town.
Yeah.
For that time, I feel
I
like.
would call it schmedium.
Okay.
You know what it was?
Schmedium.
It wasn't Jejune. I'll tell you that. There was a
Not
lot of
boring.
activity. Okay.
Fair. Okay.
All right.
So she grew up in this grocery store.
No, not in the grocery store. She grew up above the grocery store. Okay. Not like in the grocery store.
Well, duh.
She like had a job, dude. She had to work as like a grocery store. What do they call those? Stalkers?
Yeah, that's
where
why
they
I
had to
said she
stock
grew
the
up
shop.
in the grocery store.
Whatever. Okay. That's where she learned her whole put her head down and work really hard mentality. Because mom and dad, they didn't mess around. Kind of like your house, I think, a little bit, right? Don't complain. Eat your veggies. Get good grades.
Yeah.
No B pros.
Nobody pressed.
No B pros. Only A's. Okay. She got
At least I'm not a dragon mom.
You are. She always got straight A's. She was smart.
She did good.
She did. Fun fact. Another fun fact. Are we ready to go?
Yep,
She was
yep.
so good in school. Amanda, you're not going to believe this. She got a scholarship to Oxford University.
So good.
Oxford.
Did they accept women back then?
Perfect. I love that you just launched me there. First of all, 100 years ago in England, 2% of girls even just went to college.
Wow.
Forget scholarships. 2% went to college. Okay. University.
So she was like destined for greatness.
If you got a scholarship to university and you were a girl, it was like 0.0001%.
Dang.
I don't even know what that is.
It's tiny.
Yeah.
Wow.
So genius who smelled like salami in the grocery store.
I wonder what her statement piece was that
I don't know.
captivated them.
I have no idea.
Intrigued.
Who knows?
Okay.
Lost to
Anyways.
history, or I don't know. We have to go look it up.
No, we'll
It's,
try.
it's probably there somewhere.
What'd she study?
She studied some like serious shit.
Marketing.
No, I mean seriously.
Sorry, marketers.
Right.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Marketing is so jejune. Okay. Chemistry.
Maybe if we were better at it, we'd have a better podcast following.
Okay,
Anyways,
you have a
what
good point.
she studied?
Yeah.
What? Chemistry?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Not like
Chemistry.
poli-sci or something.
Yeah, no, chemistry.
Huh.
And she joined something called the Conservative Student Association during that time as well, because chemistry wasn't enough. So she was kind of doing Charlie Kirk shit 100 years ago.
She was debating people?
Well, I mean, on college campuses, she was joining the conservative movement down there. What do you want me to say?
Well, just because you join something doesn't mean that you're like debating people.
She was probably debating. She was a master debate. I can't say that, can I? Anyway, you get the idea, okay? She didn't run around the country talking to university students about her movement or anything like that. She just ran for parliament instead. That's what she did. When she was like 24, she ran for
Can
parliament.
you run when you're 24?
You can, I guess.
Oh.
I think you can run when you're younger than 24. She
Okay.
lost. She ran twice,
Fair. I mean, what 24-year-old,
but didn't
has
give
enough
up. You know why?
experience?
Because she's a badass.
Okay.
Totally. So when she finally turned 30, she won her first seat and started
Oh.
launching the whole
Okay.
political career from there as the chemist turned,
Political.
politician.
I mean, I have lots of thoughts.
What?
I don't think anybody should actually have a political career.
Okay.
I do not think it should be a career.
It shouldn't?
No.
Okay.
But anyways.
It should be like the military, like you have to
before-
serve and then you're out in 4 years.
Something.
Everybody?
Yeah, like it just, I have lots of thoughts on that. Anyways, but
What?
before we drop into more of her career,
Yeah.
and I get myself in trouble, what about her personal life?
What about it? Oh, I know why you're doing this. You don't want me to be jejune. Is that what's happening right now?
Make it a little spicy.
Okay. There's not a lot here.
Okay.
I wish
She
there
didn't
was.
get married. She didn't have
No.
kids.
She didn't move to Amsterdam. Go to
No,
do
okay,
anything like
well.
that. Yeah, she did. She did get married. She had some kids. All right, here we go. So like same time, early 20s, right? She's running for parliament. She loses a few times. She meets some dude named Dennis Thatcher. Go figure. She's going to marry him because his last name's Thatcher. Get it? Yeah. So this is the guy.
Yeah.
Who's already rich, by the way.
Oh.
Because he was running his dad's business, like the family business.
Okay.
So they had money.
Okay.
So they fall in love. They get married in 1951.
Was he 20 years older?
I don't think he was 20 years older. He was older.
Okay.
But
I was just trying to spice it up.
don't quote me on it. Let's say 10 for the record.
Split the difference.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, that's the sort of part. I'm not sure. 2 years later, they have fraternal twins,
Okay.
Carol and Mark. And basically because Dennis's family was so rich, she had the flexibility to raise the family and pursue politics. If there were podcasting back then, she probably would have started a podcast on her own. So she got
She had lots to say.
she kind of got to do a little bit of what she wanted to do.
Fair.
Right.
She was granted the privilege of a little bit of freedom. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, but it takes 6 more years before she actually gets into parliament, gets
Yes.
elected.
Correct. Yes. So that happened in 1959, where she won the seat for Finchley, a little suburban district in North London. And sort of from there, she just kind of kept moving up slow and steadily, like through politics. So a few years later, in 1961, she became what's called a junior minister. So that's right below cabinet minister. And then in 1970, she became education secretary under Prime Minister Edward Heath. I don't know if you remember Edward Heath. He was in The Crown too. Watch The Crown.
Okay. So like every 10 years, she keeps moving up. So then in like 1980-ish, she should have become the prime minister?
Yeah, you're basically right. 1979. Yeah. So Heath lost the election to the Labour Party in 1974. I'm going to go back a little bit. And even though he stayed on as sort of the Conservative Party leader, everyone was already losing faith in him. And so in 75, that's when Margaret Thatcher totally took a run at his leadership position and the whole Conservative Party in general. So
she was then like 50-ish?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. 50. You got it. Right.
Okay.
And she totally won, even though people didn't think she could as a woman. She didn't win prime minister. She won Conservative Party leadership, right?
Oh, okay.
Right. And sort of became the first woman to ever lead a major political party in Britain up to that point. So breaking boundaries already, right? Yeah. So then 4 years later, 1979, she beats out James Callaghan, the incumbent Labour Party prime minister, and officially became Britain's first female prime minister, 1979.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can sum it up.
Sum
quickly.
it up.
Ready?
You know what? Make it interesting, because that was a little boring.
She lived above a grocery store.
She did.
Grew up pretty modestly.
Okay.
Was probably a stalker at the grocery store.
Yep, a stalker.
But was super smart. Goes to Oxford on a scholarship. Becomes a chemist. Marries a rich guy. Has twins. And then starts her journey in politics. And about 30 years later from that journey's start, she becomes a prime minister. Yeah?
Nailed it. And that was absolutely not jejune.
It was not.
Maybe you should have done it.
Because it was bullet pointed.
I don't think it's fair at all that I have to come up with all this stuff and talk all about it. And then you just like in 2 seconds get to listen to me talk and then sum it up and go like, so this is what happened? Da-da.
Just Cliff Notes.
You can't say Cliff Notes.
Why?
You're dating yourself.
Whatever.
Nobody even knows what
If you don't know what Cliff Notes are, then
what?
GTFO.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Spark Notes. Okay, they have a lot. They have a lot of other things nowadays.
Okay.
Come on. Jeez.
Well, now that we know how she got to be prime minister,
yes,
clearly she left a legacy as prime minister.
She did.
So what is that?
Love her or hate her,
you kind of
she did
mentioned
it.
a few of things like previously as we were starting. But
all right, here we go. We're going legacy as prime minister.
Okay.
Let's get into it. So it's May 1979. Take yourself back. Wait, you weren't even born. Anyway.
I was not.
Thatcher walks into number 10 Downing Street. There it was. And immediately starts kicking the tires, Amanda, and lighting the fires. She is ready to go.
What'd she do?
Guns a-blazing. Oh, she did a bunch of shit. Okay. So full disclosure, when she walked in, shit was kind of messy in the United Kingdom, right? The Labour Party, it's like here, Democrats, Republicans, like the whole thing, right? So Labour Party screwed some shit up, right? There were strikes, inflation, unemployment. Everything was out of control. So good old Thatch launched a new economic policy that later became known as Thatcherism, concentrating on free market reforms, cutting taxes, selling off state-owned industries like British Telecom, British Airways. They sold British Airways, and pushed to reduce the power of all the trade unions because they were getting way too big for themselves. So she spent a ton of time working on controlling inflation, which had been spiraling out of control for years and years before her. Do you remember Ronald Reagan in Reaganomics? I don't know if did you read about Reaganomics or know anything about Reaganomics? Okay. So Reaganomics in America, like early 80s, was basically the same thing as Thatcherism in the UK around the same time. So both helped their respective countries from the economic mess they were in and turn them back into stable, competitive economies again.
So like Reagan and her best friends?
They were totally best friends.
Oh, good.
Oh my God, yeah. Like on the big stuff. Yes. They basically like believed in the economy the same way, ran the country the same way. That's what got me into starting to listen to politics in the first place, because Reagan and Margaret Thatcher were, I don't want to say 99% of the time on the same page, but a lot. Yes, they were absolutely like besties, for sure.
So good. And
so
also
good.
wonder what that would look like today.
I don't know.
But we don't get into politics. Okay, moving on. So like if you're looking at their countries and what they were doing for their countries internally, it sounds like they were kind of on the same page, right? Or they were besties, however.
Yeah.
But like externally, because I can't even, again, envision it for today, they were separate countries looking out for their own well-being. So how were they on external affairs or...
Yeah.
Foreign affairs?
Yeah, foreign affairs. Right. That's a good question. For the most part, I think they agreed on foreign affairs. But yes, because they're across the Atlantic from each other, they did have different interests. Nuclear weapons was a good example of where they sort of did not agree. It was a big push for Reagan where he was trying to get rid of nuclear weapons.
Like that was successful.
Right. That was his whole thing. And Thatcher didn't agree because she thought she needed them to show strength because she was, again, different parts of the world.
Yeah.
Right. They were a lot closer to Russia than we were. So that was a whole thing. And then the Falkland Islands War. I don't you remember 1982.
Wasn't born.
Okay, fine.
So tell me.
So they didn't super agree on it, but Reagan ended up backing her. So Falkland Islands were a group of islands about 300 miles off the coast of Argentina that England discovered back in the 1500s and used as a settlement. They formally named it a territory in the early 1800s and controlled it for like 150 years, like all the way up to like 1982. But in 1982, Argentina got this bug up their butt and they were like, hold on a second. Why does England think they control all this? Why is that fair? They're like 8,000 miles away and we're only like 300 miles away. It's ours. But they said that all in Spanish because they don't speak English, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
So in April 1982, Argentina invaded the Falkland Islands, thinking that Britain wasn't going to do anything like to try to bother and defend it because the island was so far away. Like, what the fuck for, right? But Thatcher was absolutely not having any of it. Have you seen Tombstone?
No.
Do you remember Tombstone? Kurt Russell plays Wyatt Earp? No? Of course not. Okay. So there's a...
How are we friends? Sorry.
I don't know, right? What are you going to do? I love my movies. So there's a scene in it. I'm digressing. I get it. Okay. Where the cowboys just killed one of Wyatt Earp's brothers, and Wyatt meets him at the train station and gives him this message. And it's like one of the best scenes in all of cinema. And he goes, "You called down the thunder. Well, now you've got it. You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me." Gives me chills every time. You need to watch Tombstone, please. Okay, anyway, I went to Tombstone, Arizona just so I could see where he said that. Okay,
commitment.
Anyway, my point is that was Thatcher, okay, but not that dramatic. So she goes and she sends the British Navy 8,000 miles away. It took them about 2 months, but they ended up obviously kicking the shit out of the Argentines. Who are we kidding? I love, because that's where my wife is from. But Britain won. They sent Argentina back home. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal to anybody outside of England or Argentina, but it was super important because it got a lot of British people looking at this as sort of like the turning point of her whole leadership, because she was only 2 years into her leadership by this time. So if they didn't think she could handle the job in the first place, this sort of made them decide, okay, she can handle foreign affairs. She just sort of fucking killed it. And that boosted her whole Iron Lady image, right? So Reagan didn't want to get involved. He thought it was like, meh, this is so stupid. Why don't you let this go? But he had to make a choice, so he ended up backing her and helping her in case he needed. Like, we didn't have to do anything or get involved, but we did support.
Told her we support.
We supported. Yeah.
Is this when she got her title, the Iron Lady, officially?
No. She already had it by that time.
Oh.
No, I was saving it for a fun fact, but I'm going to tell you because it's cool. So actually, it came from a Soviet newspaper in 1976, before she was even prime minister, and it was actually meant as an insult.
I mean, if it was from the Soviet Union, I feel like it should
totally.
be.
Yeah. She had just given, I guess, a pretty tough anti-communist speech, like a warning against the evils of the Soviet Union. And a Soviet newspaper called the Red Star coined the term and mocked her as the Iron Lady, totally meant as an insult because she was being so cold and so rigid. Huh. But she owned that shit and flipped it and decided to own it and make it her credo.
Again.
Yeah.
She just had that like mental...
fortitude.
That's a good word.
That was it. Fortitude. Yep. Yeah. Then her and Reagan basically dismantled communism. There's a lot more to it than that, but they were super instrumental in that. They were the ones that pressured Gorbachev, both from an economic standpoint and a militarily, I don't know, is that a word? A military standpoint. You get the idea. And because of that, Gorbachev goes and makes all those reforms, if you remember, Glasnost and Perestroika, that ultimately led to the collapse of the Soviet Union. And that's when Reagan said his famous quote, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall." And fun fact, Thatcher also had a famous quote too. Hers was, "Now this is a man I can do business with." Speaking of Gorbachev.
Oh.
Yeah. So they sort of had like this little sort of torrid love affair between Reg, Gorby, and Thatch. Little bit of huh. So if you thought this was Jejune, there's your spice.
Oh.
There might have been a little three-way. What do you think?
I don't think so.
Okay, whatever. I'm trying to spice it up.
Okay, fair. Well, I know that she did some pretty cool stuff domestically with the economy, and then clearly internationally.
Yes.
With the Falkland Islands.
And communism.
And she stood up to communism.
Yes.
But I'm sure there was like bad shit, like things that people talked about her about.
There's always bad shit.
I mean, everyone's always got an opinion, and no one's perfect.
No. You are correct. There was she was polarizing.
And I know you like three something, but I don't think that was it.
That was not it. I have to throw in sex in every episode because you get mad at me and do that weird eye roll thing. Okay. So a lot of people flat out hated her, not going to lie. She was majorly anti-union, like I said at the beginning, especially the coal miners, like ugly, ugly fights all the time. Whole towns, Amanda, lost their jobs overnight because mines or steel plants shut down. Like she shut them down. Absolutely. Unemployment shot up to like 3 million, which was insane for the time. Yes, her whole point was like, coal's not going to work, coal's not the future, so tough shit. But, I mean, she did do the whole, we'll retrain you and put in the right programs to try to help people, but nobody was having it and they were all pissed off.
Huh.
Yeah. And then she had the whole hardline stance thing on Northern Ireland, too, with the whole IRA and the political prisoner thing. You probably don't remember that. I do a little bit because, again, it was sort of all new to me and it was all in the news when I was like 16 years old. The IRA was basically in Northern Ireland fighting for the Republic of Ireland, right? Because Ireland is split, Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. So Britain had a lot of political prisoners from the IRA that they had put in jail, right? The IRA was claiming that they should be political prisoners, not ordinary criminals, because there's different rules, right? Because they were like, hey, we're soldiers. We're fighting a war. We're fighting for something versus like.
Still something.
Yeah, we're not, right. We're not criminals. And so it was sort of a big deal. They decided to go on a hunger strike, these political prisoners / criminals, and literally starve themselves to death. And Thatcher let them. And they died. And her point was super clear. Crimes are crimes. Can't disguise it as war. I don't give a shit. You did illegal shit. You're going to jail. That was it.
Okay.
And a lot of people were like, what the hell are you doing? So kind of like weird stance there.
But
right?
again, she just looked at things a different way.
She did. No. This last one's going to be even harder. Yeah. So poll tax. This is like what got her
What
sort
is
of
the poll
kicked
tax?
out. Yeah.
You had to
like
pay for tax to vote?
Yeah. Poll tax was like an extra tax to pay for like services like fire, police, or trash.
But don't we have that here? It's like property tax.
So yes, it's the same thing. They had property tax in Britain too. But here's the thing: with property tax, the bigger the house, the better the zip code, the more you pay. Thatcher hated that.
I mean, so do I. But
her logic was a lot of times in England, I guess multiple adults lived in the same house, but only one owner had to pay the property tax. So she was like, screw that, and started something called the flat poll tax, where every adult over the age of 18
no, I don't agree.
had to pay the same exact amount regardless of how much money they made.
No, don't agree.
On top of...
Take it back.
On top of their other taxes. So it didn't matter if you were rich or poor. People hated it. Massive protests, riots all over the street, burning shit, looting shit, good old-fashioned American-style
protest.
protest.
I was going to say, did they learn it from...
No, absolutely right. They totally did. Yeah.
So is that how it all ended? Like, is this what took her down?
Yeah, yes, absolutely what took her down.
Okay.
After
Fair
11
enough.
years, 1990, 79 to 90, becoming the longest serving prime minister of the 20th century. Yes, totally. Basically, her own conservative party pushed her out because of that.
I mean, I'm not for taxes, so I kind of get on board with it.
She was pushy, and you either liked her or hated her. It's the same as anything else.
It's all politicians, though, I feel like. Okay, so to sum it up, she was mostly awesome.
Here's where you get to do the cool part.
Well, I mean...
I hate you. Go ahead.
It's so easy.
I know.
You do such a good job.
It's so easy.
You make it easy.
Did I get a good grade for the history part?
There you go, yeah.
Whoa.
So, generally awesome.
Yep.
Basically overstayed her welcome.
Yep.
Made people mad, so they pushed her out.
Lost touch. That's what happened, right?
Okay.
Yeah. For every person who thought she was awesome, there was somebody who thought she fucked up the community.
Again, but I feel like that's just like our polarized world that we live in.
Look, here's the deal. She reshaped Britain. She reshaped the economy. She reshaped the way they thought. She did great work. By the time she left office, the country was totally and completely changed. Politically, economically, socially. There's absolutely no denying it. She left it better than before it was. Period. You have to admit it.
Okay. So I think we did a very good job.
Thank you.
Covering, I guess I should say, her role as prime minister, her lead up to that, good, the bad, the ugly, and I mean the whole reason
do you know where the good, the bad, the ugly comes from?
No, I think it's a novel. No?
Spaghetti Western.
Really?
Clint Eastwood. We got to watch it.
Of course.
Can we watch it? Can we watch 2 movies? Sorry. We need to watch
I still think I need to watch every movie for the past 74 episodes.
We need to watch Tombstone, and now we're going to watch all 6 seasons of The Crown.
Okay.
There's a lot we need to do in this app.
Yeah,
okay,
evidently.
Sorry.
Homework's going to be a doozy.
Continue.
But the whole reason why you did this episode to begin with was the fact that it's her 100th birthday.
That is true.
So are they throwing a party?
They are, totally.
Okay.
Oh, it's big. Dude, they're going big. Britain is rolling out the red carpet for this. Yeah, sister, let's go. Okay, so for starters, the Margaret Thatcher Center is hosting this fancy AF dinner, like gala, at the Guildhall on October 13th, her actual birthday. It's a whole thing. Black tie, fancy dresses, speeches, the whole 9 yards. Have you seen the whole 9 yards? That's another good movie.
Football?
No.
Oh, it's not football.
No, it's a funny movie. It's about like a hitman. It's like Bruce Willis and
nope.
Oh
clearly not.
Matthew Perry. It's hysterical. Okay, anyway, we're not invited. Only really important people are invited to this thing, like her family and politicians from all over the world and celebrities and dignitaries and.
Will the king be there?
Not us. Damn right.
Oh,
okay. Very bougie shit.
Is it in Grantham?
No, it's not in Grantham. Grantham's doing their own stuff. That's in London.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're fancy. So in Grantham, they are doing everything. They branded the town, dude.
Oh,
They're calling it ThatcherFest.
Oh.
Yes, a month-long festival that includes, it's already started.
Oh.
I
Okay.
quote, I got this from ChatGPT, theater and performances, plays like Margaret Thatcher, Queen of Soho, a satirical reimagining of her supporting gay rights. She was not a supporter of gay rights. So
That would be the satirical part.
right. Queen of Soho, right. Plus another one called Living Over the Shop, about her
Okay.
early life at her dad's grocery store. Hysterical. Poetry and music nights, local performers using art to explore her legacy, some celebratory, some a little more critical. Walking tours, so they're doing guided tours of Thatcher's old haunts in Grantham, including places tied to her childhood and where she got her political start. Movies and expositions that display her life and legacy. And Amanda, there's even an opera that's in the works, no jokes, called Mrs. T. Historian Dominic Sandbrook and composer Joseph Phibbs are behind the whole thing, and it's set to debut during this month.
Wow. So
Yeah.
the whole town is basically turning into like Thatcherland
It is.
for a month.
Yes. I think it's excellent. I think they're doing a great thing to sort of preserve this woman's legacy.
Do you think that they're going to have fun facts at Thatcherland?
I think no one will have as good of fun facts
Let's go.
as we have.
Lay it.
These fun facts are going to be anything but jejune.
Let's go.
I can't even
I'm
believe.
excited. It's my favorite part.
I had to call in some serious favors to get these because two of them I had to like unearth files.
Okay.
It was
So mysterious.
Oh no, yeah. Okay, here we go. Number one. So we already know that Thatcher was the first woman to become prime minister, but bigger than that, she was actually the first woman to lead a major Western democracy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So when she became prime minister in 1979, no other big Western country, not like the U.S., France, Germany, nobody had ever had a female head of government. I mean, there were others before her, like Golda Meir in Israel and Isabel Perón in Argentina. But as far as major Western democracy goes, she was the first, by far. Go Maggie. Okay?
That's awesome.
Number two, she loved her whiskey. Oh, my kind of girl.
Yeah.
All right? Specifically whiskey and soda. Let's go. That was her nightly ritual. Her staff always said she'd sip it while going through her papers late at night, and it kind of became her trademark. Dude, forget tea and crumpets. No wonder they called her the Iron Lady. She had like an iron stomach, dude, putting down whiskey every night. I would call that an alcoholic.
I do have a question.
Wouldn't that be alcoholic?
Isn't whiskey from America?
Whiskey. So there's a lot. No, there's Irish whiskey, right? There is Kentucky bourbon. Right, so it has to be brewed.
Okay.
Right, that's why whiskey, if you've ever noticed, some are spelled EY, some are
Yeah,
spelled
yeah.
with just a Y. Correct. There's
Ah,
Japanese
that's
whiskey.
different.
Yeah, so there's different
Okay,
from
okay.
different places. Right. So my guess is she was drinking Irish whiskey.
Yeah, look at you schooling me.
Full
Love
show.
it.
We got to do one on whiskey.
Yeah.
We got to do an app on whiskey. All right, number three, get this. She only slept about 4 hours a night. Well, I mean, she's banging Gorbachev and Reagan.
That's
She
crazy.
only got 4 hours to sleep. Okay, sorry.
It's rumor mill
I know, that
over
was
there.
Terrible. She'd stay up all night working to the early morning, basically take a nap, and then be up again before sunrise. Her aides hated trying to keep up with her schedule. She once even joked that she envied people who needed 8 hours of sleep because it gave them more time to dream.
Huh. Womp womp.
Yeah, whatever.
Sad.
I think she was flexing a little bit. Like, oh, look at me, you know, whatever. Okay, number four. So remember when I said she went to Oxford to get her chemistry degree?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that wasn't enough for her. So before she became prime minister, she actually went back to school to study tax law and became a lawyer.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
And then taxation's what took her down.
right.
Oh, interesting.
Wow, look at that. She went from chemistry to law to politics to get her ass kicked, which is pretty random when you think about it, right? Imagine, okay, so she was probably a tax accountant for people.
No.
Yeah, and then she became a prime minister. That would be so
No.
cool. Oh my God. The prime minister was my tax accountant lady. That'd be kind of cool to say. I don't know.
Should be one of the regular folk.
All right, here are the ones I had to unearth. We are opening the vault.
Okay, here we go.
Was that a good vault open?
It was actually very good.
Okay.
Round of applause.
Before she was Iron Lady, she had another nickname. You ready for this?
Okay.
Maggie the Milk Snatcher.
Because she snatched people's milk.
She did. She was a
From
milk
babies?
snatcher. From baby. Well, baby's over 7. So I guess to save budget money, she cut free milk in schools for kids over 7 years old.
Oh.
Parents freaked out, and some tabloid came up with the name, and I guess it stuck. It sort of
That's
sounds
funny.
silly, but that one decision basically made her a household name.
Okay.
Maggie the Milk Snatcher. She's like, yeah, if you're over 7, you don't need it anymore. Screw that shit. That's wild, right? She didn't screw around. Okay, here's another weird one. Some people swear Margaret Thatcher invented soft serve ice cream.
How so?
So I guess while she was at Oxford, she worked as a chemist for a food company in the early 50s called J. Lyons and Company. And in that lab that she was working in, they were experimenting with ways to pump more air into ice cream to make it cheaper and easier to serve.
Huh.
So she was just a junior chemist on the team, but over time, the story morphed into Thatcher invented soft serve. Total myth, but it's kind of a legend that sticks because, come on, it's hilarious to picture the soft serve.
I mean, it would be
lady.
amazing if it was true.
I know, but like it was true. They
Thank
did
her
invent
for
it.
your
It's just like
extra
she didn't invent it.
taxes,
But
and thank her for soft serve.
soft serve ice cream, right? Every time you hit DQ, let's go. And finally, I saved the best for last.
As always.
Margaret Thatcher had a famous handbag.
Like a purse?
Yeah, like a purse. It was legendary. She had a legendary purse. She used it to slam it on the cabinet table while they were in session to make her points more passionate. Check this. To be handbagged became an actual saying for getting chewed out by Margaret Thatcher.
That's awesome.
It wasn't just a purse. It was her way to show command and control in her male-dominated world. Good for her.
Those are solid.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
love
some
them.
whiskey. We got 4 hours of sleep. We got a signature handbag.
I think
I'm
we had a
gonna walk
three-way in
around
there,
with a
right?
purse, and I'm gonna like slam it every time you try to talk and overtalk me.
Do you know how
it's
smart
fine.
you're going to be when we're talking about Margaret Thatcher from now
Evidently.
on?
It's true.
You know, she helped with communism now. You know, she like
That will
was a
help take it
badass
down.
with the Falkland Island Wars. She was awesome.
We have all of our cocktail party trivia
I'm ready. Let's,
locked and
This
loaded.
is excellent.
Okay, so before you start digging up any more stories to share over there, Mr. Turning Over and Unlocking Vaults.
Listen, I could get in trouble for this stuff, okay?
Okay.
I had to call in a lot of
let's see.
favors. Keep
Let's
this
see.
low.
Let's see.
Okay.
Do we have our call to action, things that we should do besides also watching all of the Crown episodes?
Watch
and-
everything because I said so. Of course I do. I got a few things all the time. Anybody wants to go deeper into Thatcher's life, I highly suggest you do. I know Amanda won't because she has too much to do, but I suggest listeners you do because there is a ton of stuff we didn't cover. Read Charles Moore's 3-volume biography on her life and legacy. You know what? Maybe you should have a whiskey while you read it. Yeah.
Put you to sleep.
I think that's wow. It's a monster read. It is a monster read, but it's close to the most holistic picture of her life as you're ever going to get. I'm calling Lin-Manuel to do a musical on her life.
You should. It's the only way that like history sticks in my brain, so do it.
Thatcher the musical.
Let's go.
I would totally go watch that shit.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he figure? Why hasn't he done another one? Why did he just be Hamilton and done? He could do that with so many more. No. I don't. I mean with historical figures like that.
I don't know. But it took him years and years and years to write. Like one song took him a year.
He needs to birth another one.
Okay.
I know it did. I know. All right, and another one would be since nobody reads anymore, who are we kidding with? Let's watch documentaries because those are easy and not long. And they're going to be playing a ton of them for her 100th birthday coming up anyway. So just find one on the streaming service in the next few weeks.
Okay.
Watch a documentary. That's a good idea. If you don't want to do any of that, then let's remember these important details to seem sort of sophisticated, people. Number 1, Margaret Thatcher, the grocer's daughter from Grantham, became Britain's first female prime minister and the first woman to lead a major Western democracy. Number 2, she pushed free market economics, privatization, and a tough stance against unions, winning praise for revitalizing the economy and scorn for deepening inequality. Number 3, her nickname, the Iron Lady, came from a Soviet newspaper, but she lived up to it through the Falklands War, her battles with the miners, and her uncompromising approach to the Cold War and communism. And finally, her time in power was marked by both triumph and turmoil. She reshaped Britain forever, and whether you see her as a savior or a destroyer, one thing is for certain, her and her handbag were impossible to ignore.
And there you have it, fellow listeners. A deep dive into the fierce, complicated, and unforgettable world of Margaret Thatcher, from the grocer's daughter in Grantham to the Iron Lady in number 10. She wasn't just leading Britain through the 1980s, she was reshaping it for better or worse. So if we've done our job today, hopefully you're walking away a bit more sophisticated with a sharper Thatcher IQ and maybe a better sense of why she still matters 100 years later. Whether you admired her grit or hated her stubbornness, Thatcher reminds us that leadership isn't about pleasing everyone. It's about standing firm in what you believe. Her legacy wasn't just politics, it was the way she embodied conviction in a world that didn't make space for women to lead. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and pass it along to someone who still thinks Thatcher was just the milk snatcher with a big handbag. We'd like to think we share just enough information to make you either a flaming nuisance or a little more sophisticated to your fellow humans. Sort of. So until next time, stay curious and stay ironclad.